So they made an Avengers video game. No Emma Peel, no Iron Man, just nothing to do at all with, just nothing at all to do with any other Avengers property. Which is weird because Capcom made a Gunsmoke game that they had to rename Gun.Smoke, I guess, for legal reasons, but Avengers was perfectly fine. I guess the word Avengers is so generic that there's no way anyone can confuse this with a licensed property. Which is why there is Marvel's Avengers, which not that many people knew of back in 1987 when this game came out, and or the old British show that I'm sure no one at the time really saw, unless you were of a certain age. This is a top-down action game where you have melee attacks instead of guns. That's basically all you need to know about it. It's not a Final Fight clone, really. It's not that kind. The brawling isn't really that sophisticated. Vertically scrolling brawler, vertically scrolling fighter. Yeah, they'll call it a fighter. It's basically a top-down action game where you punch and kick instead of shoot. That's pretty much all you need to know. Also known as Hisato Buraiken. Buraiken. Hisato Buraiken. A unique beat 'em up. Common among games like Commando, but not something often seen among fighters, etc. and so forth. Traveling through the mean streets of Paradise City. No cars and no Guns N' Roses. You have two main attacks, punch and kick. Press punch and kick at the same time, you can perform a strong spin attack. We're going to see in a second why that doesn't really matter too much. Let me also make this clear. I mapped the roundhouse key to a single button, and I'll show you why I did that once I start the game. Although you might not really need it, to be brutally honest. This game is very janky, as you would expect from a 1987 top-down melee fighter. But it's a game with only two buttons. You can't jump, but only one of the buttons is for punching, and the other button is for kicking. But when we start the game, you're going to start to wonder, why would I ever need to punch anybody? Because in this game, when you punch people, you have to stop your forward momentum. But when you kick, you can still keep moving forward. So I'll show you that in a second. So we're rescuing all... So is this that guy from Demon Slayer who has all the wives? Anyway, so you can kick and move forward while you kick. But if you punch, you stop your forward momentum. Now, does everyone go down with one kick? Because if so, why even bother punching? You can't hold down one button and then press the other button to do a spin kick. You have to press both buttons simultaneously like that. Which is not easy to do, honestly. It requires, like, perfect simultaneous movement. So I'm not a fan of that. So I would just recommend just pressing the R1 button. So it's easier to do this move over and over again. But people can still grab you. So at that point, why even bother doing the spin move? You can just move forward. You can just kick while you're moving forward. So why even bother doing the spin kick? So you can spam this button, but why? But it's kind of slow, so why even bother using it? So you have three attacks in this game, and two of the attacks are kind of worthless. Or maybe they have very specialized uses. Because you might as well just do this. Because you're able to move and attack at the same time. And you have a longer range. Your foot has a longer range than this punches do. Yes, it's like you have a couple of extra pixels range when you do that. So there's no reason for me to use a spin click because you can still be attacked during the spin kick. There's no reason to punch because you just stop moving when you punch. See? He was able to grab me during that. So I might as well just keep kicking. I guess I can also do rapid fire kicking, but why even bother doing that? You have to waggle the joystick if someone grabs you like that. Because they will headbutt you eventually. So I threw the spin kick in there for good measure, but I think you're better off just kicking people constantly. This doesn't look good. Did I hit him? Is that spin kick any stronger than my I don't know if my spin kick's any stronger than my regular kick. I guess you could say there's the reason this game never really got any NES ports. Or any, I mean, maybe this game got a Genesis port that I never knew existed. This is just... This game just feels incredibly janky from jump. I never saw an explanation for what any of these pickups do. Raphael's attacking us with size. I mean, this just feels like Gunsmoke, with punches and kicks. I mean, at the time, you can imagine the concept being kind of interesting. It's like, what if you can punch people instead of just shooting them? This came out before Double Dragon, I want to say. Are there no continues? I mean, it's an old enough arcade game. There might not be any continues. Which would not be out of the question. So where's the game? Okay. Take me down to the Paradise City. Ah! Okay, I need to find a way around these guys. Give me a second. That's why you should always be able to stick and move. Kick and move. Can I punch those? Yeah, I don't think I can punch those. Yeah, I don't think I can punch those size. Wow. Rough. So when I do the spin kick, does the kick always start at 3 o'clock and then spin clockwise? We'll find out. No. Yeah, there it starts at 12 o'clock, then spins counterclockwise. So it always spins counterclockwise, as if that matters at this point. Ah, already down. So I'm taking a bunch of hits. Is there like a safe path through all of these? Yeah, I thought there was a safe path through all of those. So I got some health back. Sit. The collision detection isn't that bad, honestly. So I guess there's that, and I guess you could say that in the game's favor. Ow! Couldn't avoid him. So I guess I have to stay a certain distance from them. Yeah, I tried to do the spin kick, but I don't know if it's going to work. Just keep coming at me. Guess where my checkpoint is. Uh-oh. That can't be good. Yeah, so basically I have to get to this guy with all of my lives, otherwise I get sent back to the beginning of the stage. Okay, that's a decent checkpoint. Again, these guys are so fast, there's no reason for me to punch. Yeah, they're just too fast. So the only way for me to move and attack simultaneously is to kick. That's me. Why? Okay, so you can move while punching? Because I don't think I was able to do that at first. Let's just get to the other side. Okay, I was able to move and punch that time. What happened? Ah! So I was able to move and punch that time. Is there like a power-up I can get that lets me move and punch? So I can't kick diagonal. I can't kick diagonal. Yeah, I can kick diagonally. Yes, so I can kick diagonally. Okay, whatever. I guess they'll figure it out at some point. So, how about those dodges? I mean, I guess we could run out of time at some point. Video games. So janky. Good thing he didn't shoot me that time. So I have like no lives left. This could be interesting. How am I supposed to dodge that? So you spend like $2 or $3 just trying to learn how to, just trying to survive long enough to beat a boss. Ow, bastard. Gotta keep moving. Keep moving. Okay, so they're gonna get stuck, right? Yeah, that guy got stuck. Okay, he just gave up. He just lost interest. So I'm gonna lose 2 lives at least. Let's see how I do. Am I attacking the right guy? Yeah, that guy up there on the left. I got him. So I'm supposed to find. It's like Shredder and Ninja Turtles. You gotta find the right guy and attack that one. The other 2 are clones. Domo arigato gozaimashite. Okay, I got a thing. So this power-up lets me move and punch simultaneously. Again, why use it when I have my kick, which allows me to do both anyway? Yeah. Old video games. They weren't always well thought out. Mechanics weren't always well thought out in old video games. Like, I can see someone making a prototype of Stage 1 and saying, yeah, okay, this seems doable. Okay, I lost my moving punch power up. Ow. Speed up. Got 20k. Clear stage 4 and save the girl, I guess. Okay, fine. Ow! Shot in the face. What was the bonus list? Rescue the girl from stage 4. Okay, we're in stage 3 though. No, whatever. We'll make it work. Yeah, this one's not great. I think I took a hit there. Like, yeah, like I said, this just feels like a top-down shooter where you can't shoot. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like in '87, the idea of having a brawler with a top-down view instead of a shooter was probably novel enough to say, yeah, this is an innovation, even though it doesn't really mean very much. Ultimately, Double Dragon ate this game's lunch, so why even bother? Okay, we're good. An actual arena. I thought we had an actual arena. Oh, okay. This could be amusing. Can I kick them? I can't. Oh, I have to kick the balls. I have to kick them. I don't see the point of this roundhouse kick. That seemed easier than it should have been. Okay, that's cool, I guess. I don't know why I thought this was a Mad Max game. I guess in my mind, I thought this was a post-apocalyptic universe. It's like, nah, it's just that was I thought it was a nuclear dystopia. I'm like, nah, it's just an urban brawler. But we're not in Kansas City anymore. We're apparently out in a national park in the mountains, like in Double Dragon. Eh. Sure. So I get a high score, but I get to continue from whatever the waypoint is. Yeah, this does not seem great. Like, it doesn't feel as janky as I thought it was going to be. Like I said, the hit detection seems pretty good. Especially for, I mean, it's better than Double Dragon, if I'm being honest. That game looks like you're punching jelly half the time. So better like visual feedback for the person who's trying to figure out how long their attacks are. But again, it just sucks that you have 3 attacks, but there's no reason to use the other 2 attacks. Because this is the most versatile attack you have. The punch is no stronger, and it limits your mobility. So why even bother using the punch? I mean, I can kick all these projectiles, right? I guess a couple of enemies take a couple of hits to bring down. Yes, I mean, what's the point of having a power-up that lets you move while you punch if there's no reason to ever punch anybody? Like, why punch people when you can just kick them and it does just as much damage? And it makes you more mobile. I don't get it. Didn't anyone do the playtest that determined that thing? I mean, do I ever have to punch? I should have just left him. I should just let him live. I promise to kill you last. This could be amusing. Ow! Wow! One Punch Man. Can he be destroyed by... Can he be hurt by those? Apparently not. Yeah, what's the point of punching? I can't even reach him. So if he gets close, just counter him. Yeah, the bombs aren't hurting him. They're just limiting where I can go. They're limiting my ability to attack. Ah! That was bad. I had a chance. I think I had a good pattern going. So we'll beat this boss, probably just end the video. I might just do a game save here, but... This doesn't look like a very good checkpoint. Go away. You know, I like the idea that if an enemy gets close to you, they can grab you and do larger amounts of damage. But they don't see, and other enemies just try to do projectile attacks. So that versatility I like. I do like that variety. Like a regular moot can grab you and do a lot of damage. But some dudes just kind of are just ranged attackers. Okay, so I should be able to get I have enough lives to beat this guy, I think. Did he block that? So he got me once. I think he blocked that. So I can get him when he walks backwards, I guess? I think I'm safe-ish here. Nope, not there. I have to be willing to step back. I think I can kill him. I just have to not be cocky. I have to bait him into kicking. Then hit him on the way back. Ah, okay, I know I can beat this guy. Got him. Okay, that was nice. It's the bridge for Mercs. So it's like that scene in Kung Fu Panda. Okay, so we're going to end the video. Well, we're not going to end it, but let me at least do a save here. Yeah, we'll call it. Yeah, so this game is C tier at best. I give it a C-. Like I said, better hit detection than I expected, but there's only one attack. There's only one attack you need because the other 2 attacks are the other 2 attacks are liabilities. So you might as well just use your slide forward kick repeatedly. Sit. Go away. Speed up. Plus, I had to get underneath that. I had to get underneath that tree. Okay, so we're done. Yeah, so how do we feel about this game? It's mid at best. Yeah, mid at best. So it's better than Bionic Commando, but yeah, C minus at best. So you have 3 attack. It's a brawler with only 3 attacks, and only one of them is any good because one of them immobilizes you. The punch immobilizes you, and it's no stronger, and it doesn't seem to have any. It doesn't seem to have any other application. It doesn't have any useful application. The kick does everything you need it to do. So why ever punch anybody? I don't get it. Like it reaches farther. It does just as much damage, and you can do it while moving. I can't imagine why no one considered that. Like I know video games were like for a lot of video games they have separate punch and kick buttons for reasons like Street Fighter 2 where one you get two completely different attacks that have completely different properties. But in this game, it's 1887. Like that's not important. So we'll fill up some time by playing a couple of other. We'll tease a couple of other games. Like games I'm gonna make videos of later. I personally think Speed Rumbler should be the next game, so we'll get to that. A Speed Rumbler I've never played before. I think that is the Mad Max game that I thought Avengers was gonna be before I started playing it. This actually just looks like a breakout. This looks like another anime breakout clone, like Poochie Carrot on the Taito Legends 2 collection. Did I forget to turn on the progressive scan? No, I didn't. So it's permanently on now. That's good. So my understanding of this is just an alleyway clone. So they're showing me a random level. Pretty good sound effects. When did this game come out? But it looks like they're kind of combining pinball with... That seems kind of interesting. Huh. So they're doing Arkanoid. Huh. This might be alright. So we'll peek at it. 50 levels in all. Choose with paddle. We don't have a paddle, obviously. Play with the D-pad or play with the analog stick. Yeah, control's a little loose. So you might want to use... Got the Yashichi. So you might want to use the analog stick if you need to get somewhere in a hurry, I guess. Yes, we're doing an Arkanoid thing. Huh. So doing a decent job in the presentation so far. So this seems all right. Yeah, this seems all right. Yep. Okay, so that's what I need to know. Bonus list. Complete the beginner course. Complete an extend bonus. Complete all 50 normal. Probably not going to happen. Okay, so we'll play some of that a bit later. So yeah, that might be better. We'll see if that's better than Poochie Karat, but everyone likes these competitive games. Or at least Japan seemed to really love them back in the 1990s. They love obviously they love fighting games with competitive modes. And they love games like this. Competitive old school games with competitive elements, I guess. This game came out in 1991. This game came out the same year Street Fighter 2 dropped. A freaking breakout clone in the year of Street Fighter 2. Wild. Well, it also means it probably has a bunch of game design improvements over most breakout clones. Other than just the visual presentation, but that could be something. Etc. and so forth. Something about the gods and the holiest of shrines, etc. and so forth. You're the people's champion, like The Rock. Block's a very rare game. Okay, that makes sense. Featured a paddle at the bottom of its screen. The player uses to rebound a bouncing ball. Yep. So it's like Arkanoid. The game also has a level select. It's a longer game than it first appears. Though the arcade cabinet was so limited in release, it was a very strong following due to its innovative twist and the often blatant genre of breakout games. Co-op mode, two players. Ooh. Rather than taking turns, also you need to yourself with a constantly shrinking paddle. Oh! After 10 or so bounces, the ball knocks off the ends of the paddle, making it smaller. So you want to finish it as quickly as... Ah, see? They're trying something here. Might be all right. Captain Commando is included as part of the beat 'em up bundle. Actually, I was worried I was worried I wasn't able to switch characters. There's a trick to that. I guess I'll just explain it here. Max players. If you set it to 3, you can choose whatever character you want. If you set it to 4, apparently you need a multi-tap because each controller is permanently assigned a character, like in Ninja Turtles cabinet. So you have to set max players to 3. That determines how many players appear on screen, which means if you're playing with one controller, like I am, you can choose which character you want to use. So there is a character select function in this game. I just screwed it. I just changed the setting, and I should not ought to have done that. But keep that in. We'll probably end the video by playing some of that to establish that it works. I want to say Last Duel was a shooter, wasn't it? Top-down shooter. I don't think I played that, so we'll probably sample that. I can't sample XX's here, Savage Bees, if you remember that game. That's on a different disc. We'll worry about that later. And I will get to my test run of Speed Rumbler in a second, because I do want to do a video for Speed Rumbler. That's probably going to be the game I play on Friday night when Mad Max opens. Again, assuming it's even relevant, because I already played Trojan. That was the Mad Max. That was the Capcom Mad Max game everyone knows. I know. I figured. Wait, car? First vehicle, car, plane. Oh! Is this like Firepower 2000? It's a sick ride. Okay, control setup. Shoot and roll. You can jump in this game. Rapid fire sounds like it should be possible. Let's see what's up. Let's see if it's even necessary. So it's like bump and jump? Is this game like bump and jump? Whoops. Don't hit the sides. Okay, so I pressed the jump button on that jump pad. So I jumped over that. I think I want the rapid fire. Oh, I was supposed to land on that M. Oop. It's like bump and jump. Oh, this can't be good. Hit it. So you can shoot the power-ups to change them? That's what it looks like. Huh. So what happens if the plane is my first vehicle? Ow. I don't know what they want me to do there. Maybe I should have jumped. Oh. Guess I ran right into that one. Get 50k, get 100k, beat the game. Never heard of it. So what's this thing? Again, I'm just sampling things just to fill time because I don't want to play any more Avengers. I did this when I brought my TurboGrafx 16. I would play a game that wasn't really that interesting and then use it as an excuse to sample a bunch of other games. So I'll get around to playing those a bit later. Yeah, it's a shooter. Unique twist. Driving and futuristic space shooting aspects. So it's bump and jump with guns. And you can't bump anything. So that's not very helpful either. Capturing Moose Queen Sheeta. Okay. Is this a KLF game? In your amazing vehicle, capable of transforming for both. You justified an ancient, yeah. The KLF. That's why you're here. really antiquated 20th century references in anime. 20th century music references. After completing each level in last duel, your vehicle switches to car mode to flight mode. So it's like not Astro Smash. What was that Sega Master System game where you can like Astro Fighter? It's like you had a car that you can switch to a plane. It was a Sega arcade game from the mid '80s that was made into a Master System game. I want to say, or what? Yeah, I think it was a Master System game. Yeah. After completing each level in the last duel, your vehicle switches from car. Yeah. Two-player mode. The players play as both the car and the ship simultaneously. Huh? So it determines what level you start. So it's like a Mega Man thing where you like change vehicles to see what happens. You change vehicles every level. Like we'll see what happens. Mega Twins, I remember playing a while ago. That one seems really interesting. I think it's like actually it's not the game I'm thinking of. Wasn't this game Cheeky Cheeky Boys on the Genesis Mega Drive? I think it was Cheeky Cheeky Boys. Yeah, I do like the name though. Gotta love a good video game name. So let's check out Speed Rumbler first. This is a top-down action game. Let's see, also known as Russian Crash, not Russian Attack. In the Speed Rumblers, you're the real Super Joe. So you're Super Joe in this game from Bionic Commando. Evil terrorist organization, of course. It is the not too far future in a post-apocalyptic era. See, this is the Mad Max game I was telling you about. Due to lack of resources in the vast expanse between communities, automobiles become the most valuable tools a person can have. Bandits roam the wastelands. Yeah, it's basically Mad Max. Super Joe Mad Max returns home one day to find that his family has been kidnapped, like Mad Max. Actually, they were just killed, which is why he became Mad Max. It's a race against the clock to save them. Way to a distant zap town along the way, many bandits will attack you. A variety of cars and on foot. Your car is your main weapon, and with the equipped cannon, you can shoot your enemies or you can run over the ones on foot. There are jails randomly spread out through these levels. Shoot the cells will free these trapped inside. They could rewards in the form of bonus points. So, free freeing our brothers from the pen, but so it's like Magic Sword where you rescue people from cages and they give you bonuses, I guess. Car takes too much damage, will catch on fire. You'll need to jump out before it blows up. While on foot, you'll be able to fight with your gun and roll to evade bullets in an enemy. Survive on a vehicle. Huh. Intriguing. Where have I seen that before? Where you leave your car and then eventually another one's delivered? It's none other than the same Super Joe and Bionic Commando and Commando. Yes, thank you. So so unlike Psycho Soldier, the protagonist is the same protagonist from the other games. Apparently, like Athena from King of Fighters is not the Athena that's in Psycho Soldier. So that's there. Of course, Capcom lore tends to not work out very well when it does localizations, like Balrog, Vega. Who can say? That's basically how localizations work on Capcom USA. Escape roll. So what does the escape roll button do? Every 80K. Options. Yeah, we're good. So we'll sample this and maybe sidearms or what is it? That 3 game. I do want to do a video with Cheeky Cheeky Boys where I sample the Mega Twins game or whatever. We'll also try to play Forgotten World someday, but that game is really frustrating. Apparently it's a dual stick shooter where you don't have a second stick. So that's not very fun. Yeah, don't get your car bashed up, I guess. Yeah, here's your Mad Max game. Get the guzzling. It's the 21st century. Yeah, it's literally Mad Max. Whoop! Oh, you can jump out of your car. Okay. Of course, how do you get back in? Okay. So left. up, down, left, up. So you can only move in 90-degree angles. Okay. You can press right, left, no. Up, left, down, right, up. So you can only move in 90-degree angles. And you have to press the stick in the direction you want to turn towards. Oh, I forgot to jump out of my car. Okay. Okay. So that's a trick. Up, left, down, right, up. So you can only move your joystick in 90-degree angles. Huh. Yeah, what is it supposed to kill them? I thought I ran him over. I'll take that. These guys take a lot of damage. These guys take a lot of damage. I shot one of them. So it's not like a traditional shooter. It's like a game where the cars are like bumper cars. So it's like bump and jump, but it's not just a regular automatic forward scrolling game. So that's interesting. Huh. Interesting. Do those doors automatically open and close? We'll practice that later. So this one seems interesting. So it's not just a forward-scrolling shooter, and it's not like Commando or Mercs. It's a game where you use your car, and you can turn on a dime, but you can't do handbrake turns. So it's not just a game where you just kind of move your car left and right and just kind of dodge things in a forward-scrolling game. That does look very interesting, actually. So I'm curious how that will. So that would be my Mad Max game. Three Wonders is a game with three. It's three games in one, as I recall. Like it's a shooter, a platformer, and some other game. I forget what it is. It's a maze game. 3 games, one board, which is before the Neo Geo, but it was actually just one game with 3 different play modes. A limited release covering 3 completely different game genres. Compilation consists of Midnight Wanderers, a scrolling fighter platformer, Chariot, a scrolling shooter, and Don't Pull, a puzzle game. Those lucky enough to play it, and Nintendo were treated some of the best looking graphics at the time. It looks kind of like the first Mickey Mouse game, Magical Quest, starring Mickey Mouse on the Super Nintendo. It looked kind of like that and Aladdin. Slightly better art and a better animation, as I recall. So I'll double check that. Midnight Wanderer, etc., and so forth. Run, jump, and shoot. Chariot picks up where Midnight Wanderer leaves off. Right after you find the legendary air chariots. Again, a scrolling shooter. Don't Pull is a puzzle game. Pushing blocks against them. Little known fact. They make a cameo in the Marvel with their assist characters in Marvel MV Capcom. So I guess their argument was, hey, look, if you buy one board, you can choose the game you want to play. So, I mean, ROM chips were a bit less expensive back then, so maybe that was the trick. Control setup, attack, push, crash, or jump. So we'll sample a couple more games and end the video. Probably Tiger Road, which is not the game I thought it was. Shaolin Road was a Konami game that I loved. It's actually sort of a platformer. It's like Kung Fu, but you can jump. It's like Kung Fu meets Rolling Thunder, which you can't shoot though, so it's just attacking. But it's kind of cool. This is not that. Tiger Road is not that game. So let me see what I. So you can kind of you might recognize the look. It very much looks like the side-scrolling sections. The side-scrolling sections definitely look. Action game, shooting game, puzzle game. Not Midnight Resistance. So yeah, this looks like Little Nemo, which was also a Capcom game. It was in a Capcom arcade game I never played. Most Americans will be familiar with the NES game, of course. This is like Metal Slug. It's like Metal Slug meets Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. You can shoot upward. You can shoot downward. You can crouch turn. So we're off to a good start. But yeah, this feels like it looks kind of like Hook. Yeah, it looks kind of like Hook on the Super NES, so I guess that counts too. So I guess that was the appeal. It looks like a Disney game, except it's not a Disney game. But yeah, this is a very familiar art style for people who saw a lot of Capcom games in the era. They hired a certain group of artists, and they were pretty good at coming up with this particular kind of art style. Yeah, so I can see that. I can see the appeal. When the beam bounces off of enemies, that's kind of cool. Oh, I can jump up. Okay. Like in Contra. Love the big sprites. Whoops. Should not ought to have done that. So let's take a look at the shooting stage, then we'll move on to Tiger Road. So we'll sample all three of those games a bit later, but I did want to see what kind of game this was. Adventure through the sky. And this looks like Area 88 with more fantasy visuals. So there is that. So I guess you can call it a cute 'em up. Just hold down the fire button. So it's kind of... So this is kind of like the gun in Commando. You press the button, you get 5 or 6 consecutive shots, but eventually you run out. Actually, Area 88 is not included on either of these discs, is it? Do you have to unlock Area 88 or something? Press the B button. Am I out? Okay, I have no more balls. So I have 3 balls behind me. Now I have 2. Now I have 3. So is it on a cooldown? Yeah, is it on a cooldown? Yeah, it's on a cooldown. Okay. Now I have more balls. So now, I need at least. I think I need at least 3 balls behind me to launch them with the that button. Okay. This seems fine. Looks good. Seems fine. Looks reasonably remarkable. But yeah, it looks like what you would expect from a early 1990s platformer from Capcom. I get it. Like all the platforms have like green overgrowth, have like foliage overgrowth and stuff. So all that's recognizable. Like pre-Vanillaware, although maybe Vanillaware artists worked on this. Like George Kamatani worked on what was it? Dungeons and Dragons, the Shadows of Mystara games. He worked on those 2 Double Dragon brawlers. I don't know if he worked on this game, but I wouldn't be shocked if he did. And I wouldn't be shocked if he took a couple of artists with him. Okay, so one more test. Let's see what Tiger Road's got going. I might play Varth too, just to see what's up. What was Tiger Road? Scrolling fighter. Platform. It's a platform fighter. Some of the hardest platforming elements in the collection. Yeah, it's one for the classics, so it's probably as difficult as Bionic Commando. Attack and jump. If they're able to complete a reward with a new attack or a boost in their strength or energy, low known fact. Name the last boss is Ryukin. Well, okay. Fine. While the 2 words separately can mean many things, this one roughly translates to Dragon Fist or Dragon Style. Okay, thanks. Defeat the 3rd boss, Goku. I'm gonna punch Goku in the face. Okay. Never knew that. I knew of this game by title, but I never knew what kind of game it was, and I never really knew it existed until I got this collection. So I'm not sure what kind of scrolling fighter it is. So I really don't know what to expect. Romstar. Yeah, 88, 87, yeah. I think Romstar did a bunch of Capcom localizations back then. And of course they did SNK localizations like Baseball Stars on the NES. So, yeah, looks like a pretty conventional side-scrolling platform action game. So let's see how we do. Stage select. Fudo Kukai Goku Broth Ryuken. Broth. I guess I like the range on this attack. Can't aim upward. Yeah. Interesting arc to your weapon here. Yeah, your jump is kind of janky. High neutral jump. How do I go down? I can't go down. Oh well. Oh well, I can't go down. I'm crouching and I can't go down. Whoops. Yeah, I can't go down. Oh well. Oh well. That was a waste. So neutral jumps are pretty high if you hold down the jump button. Ran out of time? What? 2 minutes for the entire stage? You have a pretty high jump though if you hold the button down. It is kind of janky, but you have a high jump if you hold the button down. And I hit my head at the top of the screen, so that's not good. So how do I get down? Oh well, that worked. So don't dilly-dally. Ah! Hey, 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 hey! So just go up, I guess. I gotta think. Ow! Not bad. Ow! Definitely one for the classic gaming enthusiast. I got 5K. Wow, did I get past the first stage? Not bad. Maybe this game is harder than I thought it was. Or maybe it's really short. This is just a test run. We'll play more of it later. But this doesn't seem all that. This does not seem interesting. This game does not seem interesting. It seems really slow. Seems really slow and janky. So you can go down the stairs if you hold down. Down. Just like Castlevania. So I got another axe for some reason. Yeah, this game does not seem terribly interesting, I'm afraid. I like the arc on your attack. Just doesn't seem to be that useful. Ow! This game is rough. I don't know how they want me to get past that. Very deviously placed. Alright, so we'll end the video after this. So how do we feel about... whatever. We'll sample that later. So Tiger Road looks like a tosser. One right tosser for the bin, as they say. So I guess we'll finish off by trying Varth, which is just a straight up, yeah. 92? This was not the game I thought it was. Is XX's here? 1988's Last Duel. Yeah, we already did that one. I guess I can try Sidearms. I think it was just a regular shooter. It's a battle game. It's Section Z, I guess. Which is a game I need to play, actually, because I sampled a bit of it. Featured a hero flying on a jetpack. Section Z, Sidearms, Forgotten World. But of course, the obvious problem with a lot of these dude flying shooters is that your sprite's a bit bigger than a ship usually. Special co-op play. During co-op, you obtain a special fusion item. Both suits combine to maximize their firepower. Both players take control of the same shoot. So you have to, like, decide who's going to move. Yeah. Both players' inputs equally control the suit. You can hold several weapons at once and use the weapon switch function. Fantastic. Zetai Gatai. Hyperdyne. The ultimate combination. Yeah, Capcom loves those combos. Is Super Buster Bros on here? Pang. I don't think Pang is on here. I'll check the other disc. I could have swore I played Pang a long time ago, Super Buster Bros. Because it's not here on this disc. Huh. I'll have to check out the other disc because it's not included on this disc. I could have swore I played Pang on this disc. Well, maybe it was on the other disc that I played it. Super Buster Bros. Do I have to unlock Super Buster Bros? Of course, yes. I think we all know how good Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo is. We'll play that later. I have it on the Switch for crying out loud. I still can't believe Quiz and Dragons was an actual arcade game. If it makes money, that's what Capcom did with all that Street Fighter 2 money. It's like, yeah, sure, why not? Shoot right, shoot left. Let me switch that up. I can't change the controller settings. There we go. Shoot right, so L1, R1, and then press one of the buttons to guns. That's an amazing idea. Let's do that, and we'll see if rapid fire makes a difference. Yeah, shoot left, shoot right. Works for me. Not a lot of good music in this game so far. Not a lot of music in these games. Well, ran out of time. Didn't have time to enter in my name. I think I should use rapid fire. I should turn on the rapid fire. Give me a second. I'll have to play a shooter without rapid fire. It's absurd. Where's him? Not much better, but somewhat better. How quickly can you turn around? On a dime. That's good. You can turn around on a dime, so that's good. This game came out on the PC Engine, I want to say. Which kind of makes sense, because in 1980, this game came out in 86, so you probably wouldn't want a Famicom port in 1988, but you would want a PC Engine port in 1988 if you're Capcom. But what other Capcom games came out on the PC Engine? Well, then again, that might have been like Nintendo might have been saying, "Look, you can't release this game on NES if you're releasing it on other consoles." But of course, by the time Strider came out, they were able to get around that, and they released the Genesis Strider that was way different than the NES version. Of course, the NES version is trash. The Genesis version might be one of the best games on that console, but the NES version of Strider is straight trash. Like, you can barely even jump in that game. It's really bad. Like Strider feels like a game that should have been released after Trojan. Yet it got released after Mega Man 2, and it feels like a jip. Like, it's so janky. I think it might be too fast. Okay, I pressed the switch weapon button. Three-way looks good. Okay, so there's that. Press the switch button. Switch button. Okay, so we have 3 weapons to play with. Alright. This might be okay. Hey, what? Careful. Yeah. So this game might be okay. So we'll end the video here. So how do we feel about these games? Right now, Tiger Road might be the worst of them. Or I didn't play Worth. And the one, yeah, the most interesting. Well, sidearm seems like it's better than it might. Sounds better. Yeah, speed rumbler and sidearms might be really good. Definitely speedrunner might be really interesting. So we'll see how speed rumbler does. Okay, so like I said, we started out playing a game that I've already forgotten. Avengers is kind of mid at best, mediocre, C minus at best. So we'll play a couple more of these games later. Definitely speed rumbler. Recorded this audio with my Plantronics headset. PlayStation 2 is outputting in 480p component video output to the YPBPR, I think it's called, the red, green, and blue. Plugged into my SIIG, SIIG HDMI converter. Plugged HDMI signal plugged into my J5 Create 4K UHD capture box. The TV is displaying this at 480p because I turned on the progressive scan. The capture is going to my quad-core Celeron Windows 10 education laptop using the camera app to capture this footage at 60 frames a second. It's being upscaled to 720p, which is good. And then we'll take care of the rest later. But I definitely have to play more of these games. I'll check out the other disc and see if what that other game is called is on it. Before we do that, I have to do a check. So I gotta press the eject button, then open the reset the console by pressing the power button. Then I'll double check to see what version of component video we got. This screen is in 480i. So let me see the system configuration. It's supposed to show, yeah. See, it's YPBPR basically, yeah. There's another choice. I think it's RGB, but it doesn't work properly. Like it basically makes my screen go dark, but it might be because the converter isn't set up properly for that. But for this component video output, it's perfectly fine. But it's 480i, so it's kind of wiggling. Yeah, you can kind of see how bad it's wiggling. We'll worry about that later. So what's up if I press? Yeah, that's if you want to see the display. If you want to see the pretty colors. So we'll be back. Obviously, we got plenty more old arcade games to play.